Alright, what's going on, guys? So, come to you from underneath the truck. Today I'm going to be changing the transmission fluid on this transmission. This is the manual ZF6 trans. I don't know how old this fluid is in here. Could be original, could not be. So I'm going to change it just because as I go about working on this truck and improving things. So, to start out with, you want to break, the first thing you want to do is go ahead and break your fill bolt loose. Make sure it will come out. It's right here on the side. If you have this little inspection plate, it's right to the right of it, towards the rear of the vehicle. You want to go ahead and break this loose, make sure this will come out, because if you can't get this out, then you can't put anything in it. If you drain your fluid, then you're stuck wherever you are. So make sure you go ahead and break this loose. God. My God, all right, we're gonna have to get something a little bit halsier after that. I got the top fill plug undone. That was mighty difficult. Hope yours is easier than mine. Now I'm gonna go ahead and break the bottom one loose. I'm just gonna break it loose. I'm not gonna take it all the way out because I don't have my container here to catch my fluid. Got my container right there, so I'm gonna break this loose. Hopefully this one's easier than the other one, and I'll get my container up. As you can see, this stuff's pretty nasty. I'm wearing black gloves, but this is supposed to be red, and it's like a dark, nasty brown color. So definitely was time for this to be replaced. So I'm gonna let it sit here and just kind of completely drip, let as much of it come out as it can. We'll put our drain plug back in, and then we'll fill it up. And this takes 5.8 quarts of fluid. So I got 6 quarts. Hopefully that gives us a little bit of excess there to make up for what we're going to lose, and we should be all right. You can just fill to your fill plug, and that's generally a pretty safe assumption, to fill until it starts running out of your fill plug, and then you should be fine. All right, so now that I've drained all my fluid out, taking my rag, just wiped off my little excess there, and now I'm going to put my plug back in. I didn't mention this before, but all you need is just a 3/8 ratchet to take. So you just take that plug, put it back in, give it a good snug. Don't tighten it down just crazy tight. You don't have to put the strength of God on there, but just give it a good snug. Wipe off your excess so you know if you have a leak. After you do that, maybe just a little more snug. Nope, it's good. All right, so now we're gonna take the fill plug completely out. I've got, this is the ZF6, the best stuff they recommend for it. They either ran an ATF automatic transmission fluid Murcon V, or this syncromesh stuff. I think there's a couple companies that make it. This is Valvoline's. It doesn't say, it's not going to say on it that's recommended for Ford, but they have found that this works a little bit better than the ATF as far as dispersing heat and just lubrication, because this is basically a really thin manual transmission fluid. It's just a little thicker than ATF. So we're going to use this. We got my little pump here. This pump's kind of like dish soap. I'm going to take my fill plug out.
Okay.
I'm just going to take our fill plug out here. Pull it on out. And there's a little O-ring on here. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. It's a little bitty O-ring on these plugs. Don't lose that. That needs to stay on there and go back on there. If it's damaged, you need to get a new one. Mine seem to be all right. You just look at it real good, make sure there's no rips or tears or cracks, nothing. Mine seem to be fine. But just make sure that that is there, and if it's gone, you need to get a new one. So, just got my little hand pump here. You don't pump it on in there, fill it on up. Like I said, this takes 5.8 quarts. That's what they say from the factory. So I've got 6, and I'm just going to fill it until I see it come up to the fill plug. I'm probably going to be here a little while. So I got my fluid done pumping. Took a long time, figured it would. All them quarts. But anyways, you can see, I don't know if you can see right here, but got a little bit of fluid running out of my hole here, out of my fill hole. So that means that I'm good and full. Took about what it's supposed to. So I'm gonna take my little plug and put it back in there. and snug it down. And that's pretty much all there is to it. Take it for a ride. Make sure everything feels nice. Give everything up to operating temp, and if you have a trans temp gauge, you can check your temperatures, make sure everything's staying how it's supposed to, and that's all there is to it. See y'all in the next one.